Hi guys, it's Steve from Vintage Classic 71. Here this week I'm going to have a mixed bag of things to show you. I've got some recent graded cards that came in within the last 2 weeks that I was waiting on, and then I've got a couple other just things, and I'll close out with a little bit of Olympics for you. I'm going to start off with the 1959 Topps Frank Robinson PSA 2. But for 2, it's fairly decently centered. There's no paper loss or imperfections on the picture in the front, and the back is very clean as well. I love the picture on here of Frank with the crowd in the background, bending over like he's picking up a ground ball. I really feel Frank Robinson has undervalued his cards. I mean, you can get some early cards of him early in his career for not anywhere near the money you'll pay for some of the other stars of that time, but that's a Frank Robinson right there. Really happy to add that to my collection. All right, next up, he's got a 1961 Robin Roberts. It's a PSA 4.5. Again, pretty well centered. It might be slightly off. There's no imperfections with the card in the front, no little marks, or there's definitely no creases or paper loss or anything. And then the back is clean also. All right. Next up, the great third baseman from the Baltimore Orioles, 1963 Topps, PSA 5 of Brooks Robinson. The 63 is a nice set too, the back of it. Pretty much, again, in my opinion, you pretty much can't go wrong with any of the sets in the 50s or 60s, 70s. Every one was unique and different, and each has its own characteristics to make it special. Like the next one coming up. This one just came in on Friday. It's a 1968 Topps Roberto Clemente, but it says Bob Clemente on the card. It's a PSA 3. One of my favorite players of all time, as you guys know. I completing a run on his cards, his active playing years cards. I believe I'm missing about 5 of them. I don't have his rookie card. I got his second year. But I'm pecking away, and slowly but surely I'm getting there. So here's the back. So if anybody out there has any extra Clementes that you'd be interested in either selling or trading, just go ahead and reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to work out something with you. Next, this was a request by somebody. I've shown this card before. I've shown the whole set that I have with this card separate. It's a 1988 Esso gas stations up in Canada of Bobby Orr, and it's a 10, Gem Mint 10. It's actually graded by SP Authentication Product. I really couldn't tell you where. I know where I got the whole set from, but I don't remember where I picked this up at. I might eventually have it redone as by PSA. But that's the great Bobby Orr, the GOAT. Next, for all you Red Sox fans, especially older Red Sox fans will remember him. Solid pitcher for the Red Sox in the 40s and 50s. It's 1954 Bowman. It's a PSA 6, and it's Ellis Kinder. The old wind-up with the older looking glove. Back of the card. Okay, there's that one. Next, we have I'm a big Hostess cards and Kellogg's cards. I love the way they look. Pretty much, I'm working on completing the 76 Hostess. I've got quite a few of them. Altogether, for Hostess, I think I have about 150, and Kellogg's, I've got about close to 100 cards. But here's a 73 Kellogg's PSA 9 of Steve Carlton. The great Steve Carlton from the Phillies. Hall of Fame pitcher. Great left-hander. 73 Kellogg's are a little bit more easy, I should say easier to obtain in higher grades. They don't tend to crack as often. They don't have that coating on it, and they don't, they don't bend. They don't have that warp factor that you have going with some of the other Kellogg sets. But you can pick up the 73s in 8s, 9s, or 10s, relatively cheap compared to what you would expect to pay. But that's Steve Carlton. Here's the back of that card. I can remember as a kid, had to get the box of cereals. I had the cards, and they had a little ad on the front of the box showing there's a card inside. And then I couldn't wait to get home. My mom would be telling me, "You haven't even finished the last box." I'd be opening up that box. I had to get the card out of it. But yeah, that brings back a lot of memories. The same thing with the Hostess. My mom would always go grocery shopping on Thursdays, and she after work she'd go, and my dad would be home with us. And I used to I'd write out a list of her for her to look on the back of the box to see on the panel which players I needed. So she did a good job. I ended up with quite a few of them that I still have to this day. Some of them I never cut I kept the panels whole. Others I cut the cards out. So, but all right. Next up is another hockey player. It's a 1971 O-Pee-Chee of Gordie Howe. It's a retirement special. It actually says on there Mr. Hockey Special Collector's Card, and this is a PSA 5. You get Bobby Orr, Gordie Howe, Wayne Gretzky. Those are the greats of the game. What order you want to put them in is your own prerogative. Everybody knows my order, but can't go wrong with any of them. And then we've had other greats over the years, but those would be the three big ones I would say. Next, not a big player, not a star player. 95% of people have never probably even heard of this guy, but I always liked the catcher's cards from the 70s and earlier when they're squatting down with their equipment on, whether it be a mask or no mask, or just squatting down with their mitt. And this is a prime example. This is a 58 tops of Hal Smith. It's a PSA 4. Hold this a little bit better there. As you can see, he's got the one finger down, probably more than likely for the fastball. Usually that's standard for a fastball. And he's got the old mask on. So I just love this card. Is it overly valuable? No, but it's something I enjoy, and I really like this. Just like I love goalie cards. Don't ask me why. I never played goal, but I just love the way they look. Next is another card. It's not graded. It's a 94-95 Sports Stars USA. It's the great Dan Marino, the Miami Dolphins. Not a Dolphin fan, especially being a Patriot fan, but Dan Marino was a great player, great quarterback. Here's the back of it. All right. Next, I'm going to show you some 2022 Topps Chrome baseball cards. Just some of the Hall of Famers I have. I just got a few packs not too long ago, and they're not vintage cards, but the ball players on there are all vintage ball players. But just the way they look and they're depicted. So I figured I'd show you some of those today. Here's a Bob Lemon, great Indians pitcher. Sometimes forgotten about because of Bob Feller, but Bob Lemon was great himself. In the back of the cards, sample of their signature, and along with their stats on there. Oops, I'm always banging this stuff here. Next, the great Rickey Henderson. Then you got Orlando Cepeda. Like I said, these aren't vintage cards, but I like the way they look, so I figured I'd throw them in there today. Next is Bob Feller. Talk about Bob Lemon. Here's his teammate, Bob Feller. One of the greatest pitchers of all time, too. Rapid Robert. Then we got another one of my favorites, Al Kaline. Detroit Tigers all-time star, Hall of Famer. All right, then we get Craig Biggio from the Houston Astros. A little more recent. Next is Robin Yount, Milwaukee Brewers. And then we have the newly inducted Adrian Beltre. Just went into the Hall of Fame last month. right, let's see what else. Just went to McDonald's the other day with my wife. My wife wasn't that hungry, so she ended up getting a kids meal and a Happy Meal rather. And in the Happy Meals right now are Panini sticker cards of various athletes from the Olympics, whatever. I ended up you get 5 in a pack, but the main one I got was Alex Morgan, the soccer player. So I figured I'd show you her. So if you happen to be in the McDonald's neighborhood, might not be a bad thing to pop in there. You can collect some of these. Like I said, they're stickers. It comes with the album sheet. In fact, it's right here. I'll show you. It comes with this. The actual album sheet, and you put the card of the player in the square that's provided, and it comes in a little box like this, so you'll know all about what it looks like when it comes. Like I said, they're in the Happy Meal thing, so you can get great. You might get Simone Biles. I don't know. I don't know who's in there. I haven't seen a checklist or anything, but they're pretty decent looking sticker cards. So, and then my wife is a big gymnastics fan of the Olympics gymnastics. She loves watching that. Figure skating during the Winter Olympics and gymnastics during the Summer Olympics. And she loves Simone Biles. So I knew I had their cards. I always mispronounce it. It's Allie Reisman. And Simone Biles is Simone, the goat of gymnastics. In the back of them. These are from 2016 from Topps. I just ordered her a 2013 Topps, and then also the one from this year's Olympics. The card will be made once the Olympics are over. They'll pick all the whole gymnastics team on there. So that's another thing I happen to have. Then I've got it's a 1970-71 Topps of Earl of Pearl Monroe. It's an SGC 86 or near mint, and that's the great Earl Monroe. At that time with the Baltimore Bullets. He hadn't gone to the New York Knicks yet. There's the back of the card. Trying to think what else I have. I'm going to show you something that just for a heads up. Years ago I was stationed at the Pentagon, and while I was there, I met a couple of the guys who were big into trading and everything. And one of them had gone to a show in Virginia, and one of the guys had given this to him and showed him that someone tried to pass this off. This is actually a counterfeit Rod Carew in the back. I kept it just as an example to show people, but if you were here and you could actually hold it, it kind of feels like a card. And if you look at it, if you don't look at the print real close and if they put it in a top loader or a screw down or something like that, you could easily be fooled. The only thing that may throw you off a little bit is the coloring in the back. The green is kind of smudge overlapping and stuff, but the not so much counterfeiting anymore. It was at that time a big thing. Now it's more trimming, cutting the corners, chalking cards so that the borders look wider than they actually are on a white border or whatever. But just a couple little heads up things to keep an eye on. Unfortunately, not everybody out there is an honest person. Oh, another thing I got to show you. I got this on Saturday. I went to there's a antique shop, and it's a Trae Young rookie card. It's a rated rookie. It is a 2018-19 Panini. Like I said, it's a rated rookie card. I'll probably get it graded. I mean, it looks pretty good. I don't see anything wrong with the card itself. The back is good. The it looks fairly well centered. There's no marks or anything. So I probably will have that done. And then while I was there, I couldn't resist getting this one, even though I already have another one of it. It's a 71 Willie Stargell. Like I said, I'm a diehard Red Sox fan, but my second team I had two of them, was the Oakland A's and the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates were my National League team growing up as a kid. So while I'm looking on my desk here, things I can show you, I think that's about it. I don't have anything else on the within arm's reach that I can show to you. But again, I just want to express my gratitude towards everybody watching my videos. I try to make them different each week. I'm sorry, sometimes I may occasionally show the same card more than once. Either somebody requested it, or maybe it's part of a set of cards that I'm showing. But I try to mix them up. So I'm also trying to learn a few things. Eventually, I'm going to learn how to make a video where I don't have to stop the video. I could, while it's recording, flip the angle from, in other words, from looking at me to looking out at something. Then I could show you around the room a little bit better while I was speaking to you. But I haven't quite mastered that yet. Also, if anybody has any tips on how you make an opening, some of the guys I follow on there, when you you click on there to watch their videos, they have these great openings with cartoon things or all different types of stuff on there. And for the life of me, I can't figure out how to do that. I'm not very techy when it comes to that stuff. Um, I've been trying to research it online a little bit, but if anybody has any suggestions on a way of doing that, boy, would I greatly appreciate that. So just to try to work on my channel, make it more appealing, more presentable when you first come into it. So again, thank you for watching. Keep collecting. Hope you have a good rest of your week. For the most part, like I always tell you guys, I usually shoot these on Mondays. So hopefully the rest of your week is good. And may God bless you and your families. And until next week, take care, and I'll see you soon.